What's up everybody, and welcome to one of the most broken Motivity build guides. Today the weapon in question is the Holy Sword of the Ark. The Holy Sword of the Ark has two forms when you use the handle's Fable Arts, one of them being a great sword and the other being a glaive. I definitely like the glaive side better because it gives me faster swings with further reach, so you can keep a safer distance while attacking. Also, what you'll notice is your arm will glow green when you turn into a glaive, and what this does is it makes it so that you consume less stamina for a short amount of time. And with a 21.2 pound weapon, you can definitely see how something like this would come in handy. As for the glaive's blade Fable Arts, we can hit triangle 3 times for a 5-hit combo of slashes. On the other hand, however, when you turn this from a glaive back into a great sword, it'll glow red hot for a massive next attack. And keep in mind, this is just one of the things we can do to buff this sword up. You also got to think about the great sword's blade Fable Arts, where you can hold triangle for a charged smash attack that enemies can't knock you out of. Now those moves are already good, but how can we take this to the next level and do insane amounts of damage in one hit? And the answer to that is a combination of Fable Arts mixed with high amounts of critical attack plus electricity. So let's get into the build. First up, we have the Holy Sword of the Ark upgraded to +5. You can get this by beating the King's Flame Fuoco in Chapter 3 just after the Venini Works control room. After that, just take the King's Flame's Ergo to Alidoro in Chapter 4 and you got the sword. I also attached a Motivity crank to it, which already has an A in scaling, plus I have 41 in Motivity. For our other stats, we have a 20 in Vitality and Vigor so that we don't get one-shotted or run out of stamina. We also have 25 in Capacity since we are using a heavy weapon. We also have a 10 in Technique and Advanced to increase our Legion Arm's effectiveness and resistances. So far, this gives us a base attack of 294 plus 153. Up next, we have the Fulminous to add a high voltage boost to our attacks. We'll mainly be using this against puppet type enemies since they're weak to electric shock. For carcass type enemies, we're going to light them up with the Flameberg to add burn damage. And for human type enemies, we're going to use the Pandemonium to add decay damage. For amulets, we got the Patience Amulet to increase our stamina recovery speed, so we got that covered. We also got the Strength Amulet for an extra 4 levels in Motivity. However, if you don't need the extra 4 levels in Motivity, you can use something like the Awakened God's Amulet, the Arm of God Amulet, or the Extreme Modification Amulet. Third, we have the Puppet Destroyer's Amulet for increased damage inflicted on puppets, or the Carcass Butcher's Amulet for increased damage inflicted on carcasses, or the Murderer Puppet's Amulet for increased damage inflicted on humans. And for the last one, we have the Assassin's Amulet for increased critical attack, which is very important for this build. As for P organs, we're going to definitely want add Fable Slots 1 and add Fable Slots 2. And this way we'll have more than enough Fable Slots to combine a glowing red hot sword with a charged smash attack. We're also going to want add Amulet Slots 1 and add Amulet Slots 2. This way we can use the amulets that we just talked about. When it comes to the extra abilities that we can pick on the P organ, the main ones we really want is Enhanced Fable Arts Attack 1, Enhanced Weapon Attack when durability is at maximum 1, and Enhanced Fable Arts Attack 2. If you wanted to take this a step further, you can get Enhanced Weapon Attack when discharged 1 and Enhanced Weapon Attack when discharged 2. And the last piece of the puzzle would be the Satisfaction Grindstone. This is absolutely essential to the build. Adding this to the Assassin's Amulet is going to give you all the critical attack you need. Even without any of the Legion arms, we're still doing well over 10,000 in one hit. Just make sure you're either up close to your enemy or have the right angle on your enemy, because this will be the difference between a 6,000 hit and a 12,000 hit. This is why Patience Smash is so useful, because once you have your sword ready, run up to the enemy and start charging up your attack, there's nothing they can do to stop you. Not even someone like Simon Manus is able to knock you out of this as long as you have the Vitality. Just use your Grindstone, get your sword red hot, start charging up your attack, and you're good to go. I honestly don't know how this hasn't been nerfed yet, because this is definitely broken. But let me know what you think of this build. Tell me what you would add to make it better and leave it down in the comments. And make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It definitely helps me out a lot. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.